Finian's Rainbow is one of the strangest musicals ever to come out of Hollywood's golden era. The 1968 classic, adapted from a 1947 Broadway hit, was directed by a young Francis Ford Coppola and starring the legendary Fred Astaire in his final musical leading role. This is a film about leprechauns, racial justice, magic gold, and sharecroppers in the American South. Yes, a whimsical, politically charged fairy tale about an Irishman, Finian McClanagan, and his daughter Sharon, who travel to the fictional southern state of Mississippi with a stolen pot of gold, with hopes of planting it in American soil will make it grow. Yes, really. The film attempts to blend musical charm with social commentary, taking swings at racism, capitalism, and greed, all wrapped in songs, soft shoe routines, and rainbow metaphors. It's ambitious, sometimes brilliant, mostly awkward.
Who do you think you are anyway, Fred Astaire? Who?
Fred Astaire was 69 years old when he made this, and it shows. But despite lacking the elegance of his earlier MGM spectacles, Astaire brings warmth, timing, and gentle mischief to the role. This isn't the dancer of Top Hat, or the suave straight man to Sid Charisse's sexy seduction in The Bandwagon. It's the actor stepping into Twilight. And there's something really touching about that. The age of the leading man was quite a departure from the original Broadway show. Petula Clark, best known then for her pop career, is surprisingly engaging as Sharon. Her voice is clear and expressive, and her chemistry with Don Franks, the romantic lead, feels genuine. Tommy Steele, however, playing Og the Leprechaun, might be a test of your patience or your tolerance for frenetic energy. Even at the height of his popularity, Steele could be described as an acquired taste. Director Francis Ford Coppola, fresh out of film school, somehow had a budget, a legendary star, and a Broadway property to play with. And play with it he did. The result is, to put it mildly, uneven. However, there are moments of visual beauty, especially in the use of real outdoor sets and gentle camera movement. But this is not consistent throughout. Also, clunky pacing makes the film feel a little bit longer than 2 hours and 20 minutes. Still, the film is worth a viewing for Coppola completionists. There are smatterings of the Coppola style throughout and a hint at his later preoccupations, with critiques of power and favouring naturalistic, emotional performances, which we would see in his later classics like The Godfather. The score, by Burton Lane and Yip Harburg, maintains the greatest legacy of this endeavour. Songs like Old Devil Moon, Our Things in Glockamora, and Look to the Rainbow are lyrical and lush, but some numbers are burdened by heavy-handed staging and editing. It's hard not to feel like the musical magic is competing with the message. The message is where things get problematic. Finian's Rainbow tries to address racism through satire. There's a caricature of a senator who gets magically transformed into a black man. The film wants to say something important about bigotry and economic inequality. But the tonal shifts from slapstick to serious make it hard to fully invest in either the message or the magic. The heart is in the right place, but the execution feels outdated. No doubt, Finian's Rainbow is a relic, but it's also a reminder of when musicals tried to mix idealism with commentary. It doesn't always work, but when Astaire dances or Petula sings about rainbows, there's a shimmer of something real, even if the pot of gold never quite materializes. Have you seen Finian's Rainbow? Did its magic work for you, or did it get lost in the mist? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into classic films, musicals, and cinematic oddities, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reel.